She walked into the luxury hotel, rich, powerful, and completely misunderstood. No one could understand a single word she said until the quiet maid stepped forward and spoke flawless Japanese. What happened next shocked the entire hotel staff. This isn't just a story about language. It's about respect, second chances, and how one act of kindness changed everything. Let's dip in. The luxury Grand Royale Hotel in downtown New York buzzed with its usual crowd. Businessmen in suits, influencers filming content, and wealthy tourists snapping pictures of the crystal chandeliers. But on that Thursday morning, something, or rather someone, disrupted the flow. She walked in wearing a pale blue kimono, embroidered with golden cranes, escorted by two silent bodyguards. Her presence turned heads. She didn't speak a word of English. Not one. At the front desk, the receptionist, Jason, offered his best rehearsed welcome to the Grand Royale, but the woman only blinked and muttered something in Japanese. Jason's smile faltered. He looked around helplessly. A line formed behind her, people growing impatient, but the woman remained still, calm, composed, and clearly confused. No one knew what she was saying. No one could help her. Until Evelyn stepped forward. Evelyn was used to being unnoticed. As a maid at the hotel, she blended into the background, serving coffee, changing sheets, and polishing mirrors. She had worked there for 2 years, and not once had anyone asked her anything beyond, "Can I get extra towels?" She watched the scene unfold from across the lobby while holding a tray of tea. The woman's calm expression hid the frustration in her eyes. Evelyn recognized it. She had seen it in her mother's face the first week they arrived in the U.S. from Ghana. Language could be a heavy prison. What no one at the hotel knew was that Evelyn had a secret. She had studied languages at university. Japanese was her major. She even spent a year in Kyoto. With quiet confidence, Evelyn walked over, placed her tray on a table, and bowed slightly before speaking in perfect Japanese. "Sumimasen, nanaka tetsudaimashou ka?" "Excuse me, may I help you with something?" The woman's eyes widened in surprise, and then relief washed over her face. The woman introduced herself as Ms. Takahashi, a famous entrepreneur in Japan who had flown in for an international real estate deal. She had been booked at the Grand Royale by her assistant, who missed her flight due to an emergency. Ms. Takahashi had no translator. She wasn't trying to be difficult. She was just stranded in a foreign land, unable to explain herself. Evelyn patiently translated every word for the hotel staff and made sure Ms. Takahashi's suite was properly prepared. She even escorted her upstairs and helped her settle in. Later, as Evelyn was about to leave the suite, Ms. Takahashi stopped her. "You have talent," she said softly in Japanese. "Why are you working here?" Evelyn smiled. Life didn't go as planned. Family needs came first. Dreams had to wait. Ms. Takahashi nodded, as if she understood every unsaid word. The next morning, the hotel manager called Evelyn into his office. He looked confused, nervous even. "Did you speak to Ms. Takahashi yesterday?" he asked. Evelyn nodded. He handed her a handwritten letter, in Japanese, with a translation attached. It read, "The young woman who helped me speaks perfect Japanese. She saved my stay and treated me with dignity. In Japan, we reward people who honor others. Please promote her, or I will take my business elsewhere." Evelyn stood frozen. The manager cleared his throat. "She's a big deal. One of the richest real estate investors in Asia. She's also a shareholder in the international hotel group that owns us." The letter was sent to the CEO, and Evelyn, she was no longer invisible. A week later, Evelyn was promoted, not just to front desk, but to guest relations supervisor. She got a raise, her own office, and most importantly, respect. Ms. Takahashi returned 6 months later, this time with her full team. But she asked for Evelyn by name. They had tea in the hotel lounge like old friends, chatting in Japanese, smiling and laughing. Hotel guests and staff looked on in amazement. The same maid they once ignored was now the bridge between cultures, the face of hospitality. And Evelyn, she wasn't just cleaning rooms anymore. She was opening doors to opportunities, to dreams, and to a future far beyond what she ever expected. Sometimes, The most powerful people aren't the ones in suits or luxury cars. They're the ones we overlook every day. Evelyn didn't just translate words, she transformed lives. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring tales that remind us everyone has a story worth hearing. See you in the next video.